Assalamu alaikum. You are watching Upcoming World TV. Saudi Arabia to lift all travel restrictions on citizens from January 1, 2021. But expatriates can enter to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from 15 September 2020. Saudi Arabia announced on Sunday that it would lift totally the restrictions on citizens from leaving and returning to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, with opening all land, sea, and airports starting from January 1, 2021, in line with the coronavirus-related precautionary measures and protocols. Citizens of Gulf Corporation's Council states, as well as expatriates and their dependents on valid visa, will be allowed to enter in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia effective from September 15, 2020. They include expatriates who have valid exit and re-entry visa, work visa, residency permit like iqama, and visit visas, provided that they fulfill all coronavirus-related precautionary measures and protocols and a coronavirus negative test results carried out 48 hours before the entry to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The decision was taken on the basis of the report presented by the competent authorities regarding the latest development in combating the pandemic in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Saudi press agency reported, quoting an official source at Ministry of Interior. The report highlighted the continuing high rates of epidemic spread in a number of countries, some of which are currently facing a second wave of the pandemic. The decision is also out of government's keenness on the safety and health of citizens in light of the possibility of not having a safe and effective vaccine to prevent this disease before the end of 2020. The spokesman said the ministry's source stated that a plan to lift suspension of Umrah service will be announced gradually, based on what will be decided independently later in this regard, in light of developments related to the pandemic. According to the ministry statements, the date set for the lifting of suspension of all travel restriction will be announced 30th days before January 1, 2021. The Ministry of Health has to submit a request with regard to the prevention health requirements to be taken by the passenger during the travel, as well as at airports, seaports, and land entry station. The ministry announced exemptions for the entry and exit from the kingdom before January 1 for the following categories of citizens and expatriates effective from September 15, 2020, and that is in strict compliance of the coronavirus precautionary measures and preventive protocols. For the citizens, number 1, government staff, civilians, military personnel assigned to official duties. Number 2, employees in Saudi diplomatic and consular missions and attaches abroad, as well as in regional and international organizations, in addition to their families and their companions. Number 3, employees in permanent jobs in public, private, or non-profit establishments outside the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and those who have jobs in companies in commercial establishment outside the kingdom. Businessmen whose business condition requires travel to finish their commercial and industrial activities, as well as exports, marketing, and sales, manage whose work requires visiting their customers. Patients whose treatment require travel outside the kingdom based on medical reports, especially cancer patients and patients that need organ transplant. Students on foreign scholarship, as well as those who are studying at their own personal expenses, and trainees in medical fellowship program whose studies and training require travel to the countries where they pursue study or training in addition to their companions. And the last one is those who have the following humanitarian cases: family reunion for a male or female citizens with their relatives residing outside the kingdom. Number 2 is the death of the husband, wife, parents, or child outside the kingdom. Now, some restrictions or permissions for GCC citizens and expatriates. Gulf citizens as well as expatriates and their companions who are now residing outside the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and who have proof of their residency outside the Kingdom are also allowed to enter the Kingdom. They include the following categories: participants in regional and international official supporting event, including players and members of the technical and administration staff. Number 2, citizens of the Gulf Cooperation Council states will be allowed to enter and exit the kingdom. Non-Saudis who have exit and reentry visas, work visas, residency permit, and visit visas will be allowed to enter the kingdom, provided that the entry is in accordance with the prevention health protocols and procedures set by the committee concerned that taking measures to prevent the spread of the coronavirus in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The control includes not allowing anyone to enter the territory of Kingdom except after submitting evidence that they are free from coronavirus infection based on a report medical test carried out 48 hours before the moment of arrival in the Kingdom. Number 3, there are partial lifting of suspension of international flight service to and from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and opening of land, sea and airports, allowing the exempted groups of citizens and others to enter and leave the kingdom. Number 4, what is stated in this exemption is without prejudice to any approved requirements or controls related to the countries to which entry or exit has been suspended for reasons other than of combating of the spread of coronavirus. Number 5, what is stated in these exemptions does not apply to those countries of which the concerned committee decided to take preventive measures by suspending travels to and from those countries due to outbreak of coronavirus in order to prevent its spread in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. These exemptions will come into force effective from 6 a.m. on Tuesday, September 15, 2020. The concerned authorities, each within its jurisdiction, shall issue statement explaining the procedures for implementing the aforementioned exemptions, including the relevant control and conditions, the ministry source added as per Saudi press agency. Thank you very much for watching full video.